Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute and I have gained a couple subscribers, so I just want to welcome you all to this channel. Here we talk about immigration and life in Canada. I was an international student myself, and so I love providing information and breaking down the information that is on the CIC website so that persons can understand. And this video today is just what we're doing. So thank you for all my new subscribers and for persons that have been subscribing years ago. I appreciate you all. So today we want to talk about the provincial nominee program. I don't know if you guys remember, but back in January, I did a video indicating that the provincial nominee program will actually surpass the express entry. So there will be more, they will be selecting more people for provincial nomination list than express entry. So it's a big deal. And we have been seeing that this year. And I want to make sure that you guys are equipped and ready for it, especially our international students, because I feel like we come here, we spend so much money, and honestly, we don't really have uh like a guarantee that after spending all this money, we will actually get through. Anyways, let's focus on the international students and I'll give you guys a rundown. So this video, I think I'll be doing this in 3 parts. Actually, I'll do this intro and then I will talk about Ontario international student stream, and then I'll move to all the other international student stream so that everybody has an idea of how to apply to their specific stream. All right, so stay tuned. So we're gonna start by talking about what is this and where did this come from. So this kind of have been around for a little while, but I feel like people are intimidated and probably think I can't get through on this program, so not a lot of people invest time in doing it or invest money in doing it. So let's start by talking about what is this. So the provincial nominee program is basically each province selects persons to basically live there and become permanent residents. And that is because of your skills, your work experience, your education. You know the drill with Canada. They want to boost their economy. And so they have this program where provinces can select people. So for example, and just to backtrack a little bit, the province and territories in Canada are those like, it's almost like states, because I know a lot of people know America. So it's states. So in Canada, it's referred to as provinces and not states. So Ontario is a province, and in that province, we have multiple cities. So Toronto is a city. Yeah, surprise, surprise. Toronto is not the province. Um, anyways, Ontario is a province, BC is a province, Alberta is a province, Saskatchewan is a province, Prince Edward Island is a province, Yukon is a territory. I think I get that right. I don't know, but essentially, what that is them saying they're interested in you, and by saying they're interested in you and nominating you to stay and live and become a permanent resident in the province, you actually get 600 points added to your express entry if you're going the express entry route. And that segues me into the other part of it. So there's two ways to do express entry. There's two ways to do provincial nominee. So you can do the non-express entry or the express entry. The non-express entry, when I last checked, the processing time was longer than the express entry. So we're going to talk about express entry. I also think that's the most familiar way. So let's talk about express entry and how to apply with the express entry. So the very first thing that you need to do is you need to create a GCK account. So not necessarily the first thing, but you want to make sure you have a GCK account. And the GCK account allows you to create an express entry profile. And to do it through express entry or by express entry stream, you will have to make sure that you have the express entry profile number and what they call a job seeker validation code. Hope I got that right. So those two things is what you will use to connect your express entry to the provincial nominee program. And I'll tell you why. Every province has different streams. So some province will have a student stream, entrepreneur stream, skilled worker stream, semi-skilled worker stream, while others won't have an international student stream. Some will have varying different types of streams, and every province is their almost like they're separate countries. So they have their own different way of applying, and you apply through the province website. So you don't apply directly. um I'll explain that. So you don't apply directly on CIC for all provinces, but it's, like a specific for each province. So let's say, for example, you're interested in the international student stream in Ontario, and by the way, they had a big draw. Well, I won't say a good gap with techs and healthcare workers. Sorry, with techs and healthcare workers like a day ago. Yeah. So if I post this video on time, but anyways, yes. And it's opened the opportunity and persons that were smart to actually even um say I'm interested in a province, then they would have been selected. So let's backtrack a little bit now and talk about how you can actually do this. So there's one way you can create your express entry profile, and one of the questions will ask you if you are interested in province, and you can select all the provinces or one province that you're interested in. And so when the province goes into the pool and they're looking for people that they, think are good to come into the province, to stay in the province, then they will select you and give you what they call a notification of interest. Once you get that notification of interest, you can go onto the actual provincial website and do your nominee application. So that's one way. A second way is to literally go to these people, do your application, of course, provide them with your express entry profile number and your job seeker validation code, and you apply directly through the province website. When the province selects you, they will send a message to your GC Key account, and they will say, "You are nominated." And once they nominate you, you either accept, you know what, let's not even say either accept. You accept it, and then they will award you with that 600 points. And by awarding you with that 600 points, what that allows for you is that the next time there is a draw for permanent residency application, you are in that draw. Because imagine you have 300 points and you get 600 additional points. That's already 900 points. And it's almost a guaranteed um, acceptance of permanent residency application if you have, well, I almost guarantee invitation to apply. Let me correct myself. Almost a guarantee invitation to apply, but your approval for your actual permanent residency is dependent on the documents and the honesty of your documents. So be honest, don't fraud anything, because it can make and break you and cause you to be either deported or blocked or whatever. So just be mindful of that. But that is basically the basis of the provincial nomination program. One thing to mention is with the express entry stream, of even though you're trying to do the provincial nomination, you still need to be eligible for one of the express entry streams. So you, if you're an international student, you still have to be eligible for the Canadian experience class or the skilled worker category. Yes, you still have to be eligible. You can't just say, oh, I'm gonna just apply to the province and I'm not even qualified for the express entry. Yes, you have to be qualified. So if you study outside of the country, um, the general things that you will need, you still need your police record, your medical. Feel like it's a long time, but it's not a long time. Your police record, your medical. If your degree is outside, you get your degree assessed. Your English test, you still have to do your English test. Um, you still have to get your job letters, you still have to get your pay stubs, you still have to have your passport picture, your valid passport. And those are some of the general things that you still have to have, because like I said, you still have to be eligible for the express entry one of the streams. It's just that you are finding a way to boost your CRS points, and the provinces are now more interested in certain skills. So if you're an international student heading to Canada, don't just select a random program that you're going to do because you're like, oh, I just want to do something cheap and be done with it. Just be strategic in the program that you select, and don't just select random programs, because since Canada is moving towards provincial nomination, you want to be in that number. So that's basically the gist of how it works. And like I said, different provinces have different streams and the application process is different. So stay tuned for part 2, where I will talk about how it works. And the first one that I will be doing is the Ontario International Student Stream. If you have any question, feel free to reach out to me and let me know. I'm just literally trying to take the information from the CIC website and kind of break it down a little bit more for you guys. So in summary, the province pick you to say, yes, I want this person to stay. The benefit of that and of doing it the express entry way is that you get 600 additional points if you're nominated. And of course, your nomination is based on the job that you're doing, where you are, and there is a point system for different provinces, which is different. You must be eligible for one of the express entry streams nonetheless. And so it's very important that you create an express entry profile and then you note which provinces you are interested in. Once you create your express entry profile, I will put it on the screen. You will be able to find your job seeker validation code and also your express entry profile. Actually, let me insert a clip to explain that for you guys. Yeah, so once that is done and you apply to the province themselves, and you basically wait for nomination. Once you get nomination, they'll indicate to you that you're nominated. You say yes. Once you say yes, you accept, you get the additional 600 points. You wait for our next draw. So you will be in the pool, the express entry pool, and they'll select you. Once they select you from the pool with your enough points, then they will allow you to do your permanent residency. So you'll get the ITA, which is the invitation to apply, and then you'll get to sit in the you'll get to prepare your documents, your rightful, honest documents to submit your permanent residency. And at that point, you just wait for your permanent residency approval. And yay! I hope it was very informative and simple and easy for you to understand. But remember the sign above, dream big and work hard. And remember Philippians 4, verse 13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Take care, guys. Until next time.